Welcome back. This is episode 6 of my Tropico 6 playthrough of a random map, Sandbox. I'm in the World Wars era. So when I left off in my last episode, I think I'm on a decent trajectory, but there are a few things to be concerned about. So I've eaten through a lot of the money I had stored away as I left the colonial era, which is what it's there for. But as far as sort of a state of the union type thing, I'm about even with the unemployment. Vacant jobs, I have a few of those. Vacant jobs I don't like. Unemployment, a little of it I do like. Not too bad off with the homeless families, but that's not a big issue. The problem is that I'm itching to get these industries built, but with those vacant jobs, with having more jobs than I have people to fill them, that could, I might be being overcautious here, but that could create a situation where I'm paying upkeep and wages on buildings that aren't producing because there's not enough employees to work them. So I'm going to let things go. I'm going to get back on the clock here and see how things progress. Now I'm trying to remember what was it I wanted to do. So my first priorities, of course, are going to be getting these, and I'm not going to be. I might build those over here. The shipyards. I'm going to get those shipyards in. I have, well, actually, that wouldn't be so good because I have my plank production is over here. So anyway, doesn't matter. I'm going to build the shipyards somewhere, and that will help with the money, but I need to wait until I get some people in. So I'm set to open doors at the immigration office. That means the freighters will be sending me people, hopefully more than 4 per run when I'm already at 600 and underpopulated. Another minor issue I have to deal with going forward is my sugar production. So in the last episode, I put the pause on one of my rum distilleries, but because I chose not to hassle with multiculture, which may have been a mistake. I mean, I have some decisions to make about these, so it'll probably with the sugar. Hopefully, I can just rebuild these and it will reset the fertility. But we'll find out. I'm kind of anxious to see how that works. I know I've seen video playthroughs earlier when the game was just released, and I saw someone who was able to erase that fertility problem just by rebuilding in the same place. But they may have fixed that. So let's get going here. I'm back to 4 speed. My happiness, it's not good, but I have work to do there. Fortunately, my Caribbean happiness is been ramping up since getting into the World War eras, but I can't let that go. So there's a few plates to spin, and that's what makes this game fun. Now, speaking of that, let's make sure that the commandos are staying productive. And I'm going to go ahead and send them on an intimidate neighbors raid. Eventually I'll want to get one of these wonders going too, but just to make sure with elections coming up, abundance of caution, I'm going to get some intimidate neighbors raids queued up. I could also, in fact, I don't think it will hurt. Okay, yeah, the pirates are going on their way to get Stonehenge. So I'm going to remove those, and when they get back, unless I tell them differently, I'm going to have them rescue mini. That'll be a while, so I may get an influx of 20 people I don't need, but I'll take that chance. All right, what else can I do? I could look at the money situation. Expenses, 62. Yeah, see, that doesn't look good, and I don't even have any construction to account for it. So if I don't turn that trend around, this could be a short and embarrassing series. But I think we'll be able to pull out of it. So let's just let things run a while. I have quite a bit of goodies in my dock. One thing I think I need to do as another priority is to build more Teamsters. I have a good number, but... Also, I'm concerned about food happiness, because I haven't built any groceries, I realized. But my food happiness is one of the highest, so, go figure. Strange. Okay, got a good chunk of change in the last six employees joined the ranks. I'm going to go ahead and lay in one of these shipyards. Even though with a little behind, I need to get that positive income going. So it should be okay. Oh, that's interesting. I'll put that one there. Put that one there. And then another one. How close can I get it? But I can't get one there. All right. Looks like here it'll then let me. Okay, another one there. So get 2 of those going. What did that recent chunk of change do to my... Yeah, expenses. Well, 20,000 of that was construction, so yeah, we'll see. Meanwhile, I think what I can do is get some trade routes going. Well, if I could have looked into the future and known they'd be wanting to throw so much money at me for gold, I might have done something about that. This one isn't a good pick. I don't like tying up a trade route with shellfish because at this stage, and I only have one wharf, it's so slow and it ties up that trade route. I don't think I'm growing any banana. So this is another example of how I kind of I eliminated some of my options here when I decided to go with monoculture. Because usually I'd have a pinwheel of all the different plantations, and I'd be able to just click on any of these. But, yeah. Live and learn. I tried to buck the system and... when I knew better. I think I'll go ahead and slap down a cigar factory as well. Yeah, these 2, I might relocate them. In fact, I think I'm just going to demolish these. It's not that I've built in the forest area.
Arr, set sail for booty once more.
Good. Okay. Gonna set sail for booty. I always like to set sail for booty. Okay, enough of that. Oh. What can we do about this? Not much. That's not good. I'm gonna fix this with pause on. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to relocate that. I could swear that that was lining up. Not a big deal, but it's a deal. Okay. Well. So, even though I'm worried about my expenses, I'm gonna pay these folks well. I'm even gonna do the upgrades. Good. Now I'm tipping the balance on my unemployment. So hopefully that means we should start seeing
Life at sea is never boring, except when shipworms bore through the
okay.
hull.
So there goes some of my planks for my profit making endeavors. I think I could, which reminds me, I'm going to go ahead and turn off, if I haven't already, I'm going to turn off planks as auto export. Now that I have shipyards to make. One of the nice things about turning off these raw goods, or the intermediate goods, from auto export is that you can then have a better kind of indication of how well your production facilities are doing. Are they keeping up, or you know, if you see 9,000 planks and sitting in the dock, which you should check regularly, then you know that you can build another shipyard, that sort of thing. Okay, I'm producing cigars.
Arr, set sail for booty once more.
Planks are already satisfied. That's pretty quick. That happened pretty well, so that's encouraging. Yeah. Everybody's on siesta. It's going to be a good time just to issue the Employees of the Month edict. I want to get out of this sort of slump that I may be in. Yeah. Okay, good. Now I can, let's see, what's my top priority here for factories? I've built the cigar factory, I've built some shipyards. I can get some steel mill. I can get a steel mill operating. I like to put these in sideways. Let's see. Okay, happiness is tanking, so I should get something done about that. I could afford to build some food and some churches. Let's get some churches laid down. Oh, and I also want to, before I do that, I want to look and see where I'm at with my... So, the religious folks are pretty low, as are the capitalists. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait until closer to the election. Hopefully I will have some money still saved up, and I'm going to build a bank right before the election. That'll address any imbalance between capitalists and communists. Or, alternatively, well, yeah, I'm going to build a bank anyway. Banks are just good. It's kind of like a passive income once you get them built. So there's no reason not to build those as soon as I can. And churches, I can start laying those in, I guess. But I have a feeling something I will do will naturally raise the capitalists anyway. And I can always, I believe I have the audience edict researched now. Oh, I don't. That's in progress, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And speaking of edicts, did I ever... Yes, I did get the advanced boat services in. That's good. Okay, I have folks working there. I'm going to stay on standard. Okay, good. So they're producing...
We've done it. The rocks rolled off the deck and onto the dock.
Good. So now let's get the pirates. Oh, wow. Let's click on that. Do I want... I think I'm okay with employment enough. I'm gonna put the pirates on a loot raid. Is there any of this stuff that I need more, that I can use more than like sugar or tobacco? I'm gonna stick with the... sugar, wool, and coconuts. I'm gonna build my creamery. That's another factory that I don't need. I don't need electricity for that. Okay, so I'm hoping to stop digging into my fund so quickly. So big term plans. Once we make it through this, I can consider drifting off into this area. Looks like I have plenty of nickel in this area, so so that's good. That means I can, if I like, I can get to my weapons factory fairly soon. It's unfortunate that I've built plantations on top of some of them, but that's not a huge deal. So eventually, I was kind of looking at this earlier. Um, gonna kind of just keep on pushing this way.
Good job there, Presidente. Thanks awfully. Hey, I'll say this about war. It keeps us busy with exciting adventures.
I'm
Hey.
gonna go for the immigrants, even though I'm doing okay. So that means I can build. See, it's a bummer. I was thinking about making this a tourist, sort of my tourist area later on, but there's just a huge amount of resources there, and they're the kind that are particularly useful as well. Okay.
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
Okay, so not the best prospects here. I'm gonna deliver a speech. I'm gonna recognize the housing happiness. I'm going to praise the capitalists. I'm not going to blame either of the superpowers. Now, to promise improvement, I try to avoid doing this when I can. But in this case, so yeah, if I knew for sure that I was gonna rebuild my treasury fast enough, then I would have no problem doing this. But yeah, I'm not gonna make any promises. So what can I do?
Tropico. Some call it the Valley of the Shadow of Despair. But to me, it is the Valley of the Shadow of my home. Our spirits cannot be broken. So rise, O Tropico, and despair no more. And what of my people? I feel your pain when your walls shudder and your roofs leak. Those of you who have roofs. But soon, roofs for all, and walls for many. Our ongoing prosperity is supported by the capitalists, with thanks. We're grateful for the many fulfilling jobs you create for my people, and your progressive attitudes towards taxation. It is you, my friends, who I thank for making me what I am today. I am proud to be your Presidente. Viva Tropico!
I'm going to temporarily put planks back on auto export because they're on the rise. And hopefully remember to take them back off. Is anyone asking for planks? Ugh. Okay, so about my election coming up in 2 months. Oh no, 24 months. 2 years. So I have a couple of things I can do. I can bribe, and these I'm going to wait until sort of towards the end. How am I doing with? Yeah, I'm not going to rely on getting that. So I can bribe them. I can slap down some buildings that will prop up the factions. overall happiness is still trending up, and my intimidate neighbors raid has done its thing. I mean, I'm probably good, but I like to see the numbers where there's not that many indifferent people and very few downplay. So, oh, abundance of caution. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. I'm gonna build those churches, which I plan to do anyway. Really like to see some of these bigger numbers come in on the when the freighter comes. Okay. Cheese boats and cigars every trip. Okay, looks like my numbers are coming up, so that's good for the election. I don't think I have to worry too much about that.
All done? Wonderful. What's done is
I'm
done.
not
Some say that while there remain nations unconquered, the
I'm not
father-
happy about my economy, if I'm honest. And I can actually, with all that worrying about my population, I can tone that down a little bit. I'm gonna get the commandos. So yeah. Yeah, I have plenty of unemployed. It's now just a matter of watching my cash intake. See how much this next shipment is. Okay. Let's see. I want to build. Do I want to build another steel mill? I would say yes. I could either build another steel mill. How am I doing on tobacco? Let me make sure I get all these. Yeah, see, I don't know why I didn't have that turned off. Yeah, like the best thing I can do right now for the economy is to build more stuff. But I'm trying to figure out what do I have the most abundance of in terms of raw goods. And it looks like I can afford to build one more dock, maybe. But I'm not going to build it there. Or not dock, but... Yeah, having those so far away from my plank factory. So it looks like I can get a factory going here. That's no. Maybe add a teamster, and it never hurts to add teamsters. This is also, while I'm thinking about it, a pretty good time to.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for
Allow
you.
them to vote freely. It's also a good time to get that second shift upgrade in, even though it tanked me about $20,000. I can't have stuff. I can't afford to have stuff piling up in the warehouses. Looks like I need to build a fire station. And that's why I said earlier in another episode why I like to try to build everything I can that doesn't require a road away from a road, because then that leaves me options when I need to get something like that in.
The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the workforce.
Let's go with the default state on both of those. That'll work.
A good deed, Presidente. Performed, no doubt, with absolutely no thought of reward.
Okay. Well, I'd like to see my treasury growing at a lot faster rate instead of it's basically sort of holding its own. But and yeah, the problem traces, the reason I'm used to seeing a much better improvements at this stage is because usually I went, wow, what, where did the 100,000 come from? Let's do more of those. Yeah, obviously it's from building additional steel factories and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna open the floodgates again. And I'm going to get another steel mill going.
I regret to report that some foul blight has blown in on our otherwise fair winds. Oh, but do not worry. It is not your relatives.
Okay. They're making boats as soon as they come back from whatever they're doing. What's piling up? Okay, tobacco is not piling up, so I'm going to stick with one cigar factory. Milk, I can get another creamery going. Milk is growing, planks are growing, so I can build another shipyard.
Remember the story of the man who built his house on a foundation of
You
sand.
got it, sister. Creamery, get another one of these. And I'm going to add another. So this will result in some vacant jobs, but now I'm at the point where I don't mind having a few vacant jobs as long as I can control have a little control over the immigration of people coming in to fill them. Because you really need to keep this number climbing, my treasury, I need to get these industries going. That's the priority. Good. So these will be filled. I'm gonna relocate this. Yeah. Well, shouldn't hurt anything to put it right here.
Time now for the Canal Uno business news. After discovering it was highly susceptible to cigar smoke, the mildew which has plagued Tropico was finally eradicated today. Speaking earlier, the officer in charge of the operation said...
Alright. And we got shacks with rich folks in it. That's not good.
Please reinforce your armies, Presidente. We have enemies to our right, insurgents on our left, demons below, and pterodactyls above. Who knows what's hurtling through the fourth dimension to attack us right now?
Why work towards battle when you should be battling for the workers? Presidente, please help the comrades. The sweat of their collective brow drips for Tropico.
Okay, so we want to have the communists battling for the workers by building a prison, and yeah, how do I choose which one? I'm going to see who is currently ahead. Okay, it looks like I can afford to please the militarists. Plus that intimidation rate's a little bit. Yeah. Didn't hurt to build a prison though either. How many people do I have? Yeah. 6 one, half dozen the other on that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and, well, first I'm gonna take the quest.
Making stuff.
Do not panic, Presidente.
Hopefully he'll give me another. It'd be nice if he gave me another chance to build a prison for favor, because I do need to build a prison eventually and a police station. Oh, okay, yeah. Intimidate neighbors. And loot sugar. Hopefully, yeah, we'll see. Okay, I need to do some. I need to build some apartments. I have money, so that's a priority I can address now. I'm gonna build 2 here. And where else did I see rich people shacking up? I'll build 2 here. And now one thing I'm doing, by spacing these apart like this, I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot, because I have to build, if I want to do something like propaganda, I have to build extra newspapers. That's alright. I'm just going to throw another one down here. They can walk that far. How am I doing on fun? I never did get to my... I never did build the churches. I'm going to demolish these. And build...
Rockets, the newest threat raining death from the skies. The palace assures all its citizens that no country thinks Tropico is worth sending rockets against.
Looks like I could... I don't have the coal I'd like, but I'm doing well with the steel mill. That's coming along nicely. Which one of my industries can I build? Yeah, weapons that needs... Oh, weapons does not need electricity. So let's build some of those nickel mines. Check my... See what I'm doing with my... Okay. Yeah, I can afford to build nickel mines. There's a road there. I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and quick build that. I'm gonna relocate my stogie factory. And build both of these. Add a road in for my mine here. Good. All right. So I'm out of the red as far as my economy is going. So I managed to get my industry caught up. So that's looking good. I was sort of set the stage to continue to even increase my economy even more with the weapons factory. Those make good money. I have the steel there. I'm adding in the nickel. Happiness overall can use improvement in a few areas, but I'm tracking. It looks like I need to run a Caribbean raid. Run another Intimidate Neighbors raid to bring my Caribbean happiness in line, as well as attend to fun, faith, that sort of thing. But I'll be doing that in the next episode, so thank you. I appreciate you making it through 6 episodes so far of my Sandbox playthrough. This has been a good time. As I've said before, this is my first time doing this, so if you have any tips on how I could improve, make this a little more pleasant to watch, leave them in the comments. And I don't like to follow the tradition of harping about liking and subscribing, but the more response I see, the more likely I will continue to do this. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in episode 7.